Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. Hardcore Course in Miracles with Earl Purdy. And the topic is going to be how you can escape from any kind of fear or apprehension that you have. I'm going to give you from A Course in Miracles the only way out of fear that will succeed, according to the Course in Miracles. So if you're ready to get through with and get past your worry and your fear and your anger and your upset and it's so much going on right now that could cause a person to feel that way, we're going to talk about, from A Course in Miracles perspective, how you can absolutely get out of fear in any area of your life that you're dealing with fear right now. And so we're going to start out with a little music to allow us to get centered before we start. And we're going to get into this incredible section of A Course in Miracles. I'm Earl Purdy, and it's wonderful to get a chance to talk to you and be with you right now. Here we go. This song is called Teach Only Love. Teach only love. That is what you are, only love. Yes, that is what you are, teach only love. That is what you are. Love is what you are. Teach only love. Everywhere you go, teach only love. To everyone you know, teach only love. Love is what you are. Hey, yeah. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Teach only love. Each and every day, teach only love. In your own special way, teach only love. Love is what you are. Hey, this is Earl Purdy. This is Earl Purdy. I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. Mighty companion, I'm so glad you're here with me. And we are going to do lesson 23, a very important lesson. There's so much going on that I want to focus on that lesson again and really get down with it at a brand new level, because we are going to be talking about the only way out of fear that will ever succeed, the only way out of worry that will ever succeed. And we want that, and we need to know that. And that's what we're going to cover. And it's going to be in the workbook, in the Course in Miracles. We got the blue book. It's going to be in the work. We're going to be in the workbook. We're going to be on lesson 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. Page 34 in the Course in Miracles workbook. Don't you think there's a lot going on in the world right now that could be used to cause fear? And that music was Brother John Christmas at www.johnchristmas.com, and you can download that music. So I would like to ask you to take a breath right now. Take a breath right now. And allow yourself to get centered. I know that we've been dealing with the day, and so the temptation is to focus in. It's important to focus in right now. Take a breath wherever you are. And I want you to remember only this. You need not believe the ideas that I'm about to give you from A Course in Miracles. Do you know? You need not accept the ideas that I'm about to give you from A Course in Miracles. You need not even welcome the ideas that I'm about to give you from A Course in Miracles. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you may resist. Some of the ideas you may find yourself resisting. Some of the ideas from A Course in Miracles. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you may find hard to believe. Some of the ideas may be quite startling from A Course in Miracles. Some of the ideas from A Course in Miracles might startle you. What is it that I'm going to ask you to remember? I want you to remember that you are not being asked to judge the ideas. You are not being asked to analyze the ideas. We are not going to analyze A Course in Miracles ideas. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you. And don't you know that it's using the ideas that will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true? Using the ideas will show you that they are true. Using the ideas will show you that the ideas are true. Using the ideas will show you that the ideas are true. Using the ideas will show you that the ideas are true. Did I say using the ideas will show you that the ideas are true? Yes, using the ideas. So I'd like you to take a breath right now and say to yourself, I can escape from the world I see. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. You can escape from the world of fear by giving up your thoughts of attack. So what is the truth about the idea for today? Well, I'm Earl Purdy. Thank you for being here, mighty companion. It thrills me to know you're here with me and that you want to hear some sanity, something sane in an insane world. And the Course in Miracles defines the world as a perception. The world of fear is ultimately a false perception. So it's really, your world is your perception. Your world is your way of seeing things and what you're seeing right now. And if you're seeing fear, if you're seeing things that are frightening or something to be afraid of, how do you get rid of that? Well, the Course in Miracles says the idea for today, which is what? I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts, by giving up anger thoughts, by giving up fear thoughts. I'm going to give you the only way out of fear that will ever really succeed. The Course in Miracles says nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless, but this way cannot fail. What way cannot fail? The way that we're about to hear, the way that we're about to learn right now. We're on page 34 in the workbook, lesson 23, which is I can escape from the world I see by giving up ego thoughts, by giving up fear thoughts, by giving up attack thoughts, which are thoughts of anger, thoughts of attack, thoughts of separation. So let's go through it line by line. And if you don't have the book, that's okay. But I'm especially interested in supporting people in their personal study and application of A Course in Miracles. So the Course in Miracles says, this is the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. Nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless, but this way cannot fail. So do you know that the Course is about to give you a really powerful, really deep thought to hear? What is that thought? Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. Do you know that every thought you have is making up some segment of the world you see? Everything you see, the way that you're seeing it, everything you see is coming from your thought. Everything you see is coming from your thought. It's your thought that makes up some segment of the perception that you see. Would you be willing to be with that thought just for a minute? I'm the Divine Repetition Teacher. I've been doing this for 43 years. The Course in Miracles works when you allow yourself to repeat it and to hear what it's saying. Every thought you have is making up something, some segment of the world that you're looking at right now. So how do you get your perception to change? How do you get your perception of the world to change? Well, the Course in Miracles says, it's with your thoughts then that we must work if your perception of the world is going to change. So if the way that you're seeing your mate is going to change, if the way that you see your relationships are going to change, if the way that you see your financial situation is going to change, if the way that you see your spiritual situation is going to change, then we've got to work with whose thoughts? We've got to work with your thoughts. If your perception of the world is going to change, we have to work with your thoughts. If you want to change the way that you're seeing the situation that you're in right now, what is it we have to work with? We have to work with your thoughts. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world that you're looking at. So it's your thoughts we have to work with. If your perception is going to change, it's your thoughts that we have to work with. And do you know that if the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, if the cause of this world of fear that we're looking at is being caused by thoughts of attack, thoughts of anger, thoughts of separation, thoughts of fear, then the Course in Miracles says, if the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, what is the first thing you must learn if the cause of the world you see is your own thoughts of fear, thoughts of anger, thoughts of attack, thoughts of separation? Well, you must learn that it's these thoughts that you don't want. You don't want your thoughts of attack. You don't want your thoughts of separation. You don't want your thoughts of guilt. You don't want your thoughts of anger. These are the thoughts that you must learn, that these are the thoughts you do not want. You don't want your grievance. You don't want the thought that you could be hurt. You don't want the thought that you could be attacked. You don't want the thought that you could have lack. If you want the world that you see to change to the point that you will be out of fear. This week, I've been studying A Course in Miracles for 43 years. It was 43 years ago. It was 1980 when I started to study The Course in Miracles for real, sincerely. And what I've learned in those 43 years of teaching and learning A Course in Miracles is that, and I'm going to keep saying that every time you watch one of my videos, to succeed at the Course in Miracles, to get rid of that fear, to have the peace and love that it promises, has nothing to do with your understanding everything that the Course in Miracles says. Your understanding is not a powerful contribution to the truth. Your understanding does not make the Course in Miracles work. So what is it that makes the Course in Miracles work? Remembering what it's saying and then just doing it or just saying it. That's what makes the Course in Miracles work. Following the instructions, using the ideas, no matter what your reaction to the ideas may be. Can I save you some time? It's not your understanding that's going to make this work. What's going to make this work is your willingness to hear what the Course in Miracles is saying and then to do what the Course in Miracles is telling you to do. So if you want to change your world and you want to change your world so that you don't feel afraid and you don't have worry and you don't have anger, then we have to work with your thoughts, because it's your thoughts that is actually making up some segment in all the segments of the world that you see. Thank you for the happy anniversary. So if the cause of the world you see is your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of separation, your thoughts of fear, your thoughts of attack, then the first thing, what is the first thing you have to do? Then you have to learn that you don't want these thoughts. You don't want these thoughts of anger, guilt, and grievances and fear. And is it okay if I give you another really powerful point? Another really powerful point is in the next sentence, which is, there is no point in lamenting the world. What did you say, Earl? There is no point in lamenting the world. In other words, there's no point in trying to change the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. There is no point in trying to change another person. There is no point in trying to change another person. There is no point in trying to change the world. What? No, there is no point in trying to change the world. Why is it no point? Why is there no point in trying to change the world? Why is there no point in trying to change the world? There's no point in trying to change the world because the world is incapable of change. The outer world is incapable of change. Why is there no point in trying to change the world? Because the outer world is an effect. Everything that you perceive is not a cause. What you're looking at when you look at your world, what you're looking at when you use your perception, what you're looking at right now is the result. You're not looking at the cause. You're looking at the result. Everything you're looking at is an effect. The pain, the suffering, the anger, the attack, the things that we see in this world is an effect. It's the result of a cause. So everything that you see is a result. You're not seeing a cause. So that's the reason why there's no point in trying to change the world, because the world is just an effect of the thought that we have. So it's not the world that we need to change. It's the thoughts we have about the world. It's the beliefs that we have about the world. It's your thoughts that need to be changed, not the world. Stop wasting your time trying to change the world. Stop wasting your time trying to change people. Stop wasting your time trying to change the world. That's an effect, but there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. There is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about your relationships, changing your thoughts about your job, changing your thoughts about your financial situation, changing your thoughts about who you are, changing your thoughts about your spiritual identity. Because when you change your thoughts about something, do you know that when you change your thoughts about something, then the Course says here you're changing the cause. So if you change the cause, the effect will change automatically. If you change your thoughts about something or someone or a situation, the effect, the result will change automatically. Change your thoughts, you are changing the cause. When you change the cause, the outer effect will change automatically. When you change the way that you think about the world, when you change the way that you think about the people you know, when you change the way you think about the situation that you're in right now, when you change the way you're looking at the thing that you're dealing with right now, then the effect will automatically change. Stop wasting your time trying to change people. Stop wasting your time trying to change the world. What you're looking at when you look at the world, you're looking at a reflection of your own thoughts. What you look at in a mirror, if you want to change what you're looking at in a mirror, then you change what you're wearing, right? And when you change what you're wearing, what you see in the mirror automatically changes. The world is a mirror. What you're looking at is a mirror. And when you change your thoughts, when you change your mind, then the effect that you are experiencing, the result that you are experiencing will change. How? It will change automatically. Stop working so hard. You're not going to change anybody. You're not going to change anybody, and you're not going to change the world. But you can change your thoughts about the world. And when you change your thoughts, then the outer will change automatically. When you change the inner, the outer will change automatically. Stop doing it the way that doesn't work. People who are asleep, people who are unaware, people who don't know the truth, people who don't know spiritual truth, these people are always thinking if you change, then they'll be happy. If something or somebody outside themselves change, then they will be happy. That will never work. That will always fail. Your thoughts are making up what you are seeing and what you are experiencing. So if you change your thoughts about the person, if you change your thoughts about that situation, if you change your thoughts about this circumstance, the effect will automatically change. Now, is it okay if I say the next line from the Course in Miracles that's going to be pretty intense? Is it okay if I say something that may be pretty intense? What does the next line say? It says, the world you see is a vengeful world. Everything in the world of fear is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions, each one of your perceptions of external reality, do you know that each one of your perceptions of the outside world is a pictorial representation of your own thoughts of attack and thoughts of fear and thoughts of anger and thoughts of separation? Everything that you see as outside is just a representation of your own thoughts. Everything that you are perceiving, anger, guilt, grievances, fear, the attack that we see, it's a picture of vengeance. It's a picture of a person. It's a picture of us punishing ourselves through the way that we see things. So if you're just seeing the representation of your own thoughts, if you're just seeing the representation of your own beliefs, then you need to ask yourself if this can really be called seeing. If I'm just seeing what I believe, if I'm just seeing what I think, if I'm just seeing the representation of my own thoughts, then am I really seeing anything? Because I'm just seeing what I made up. If you're just seeing what you've made up, if you're just seeing things the way you're interpreting things, if you're just seeing the story that you're giving yourself, if you're just seeing the pictorial representation of your own thoughts, then could you really call that seeing? If you're just seeing what you believe and how you believe, if you're just seeing your story, then are you really seeing? Wouldn't fantasy be a better word for such a process? If you're just seeing your own thoughts, the Course in Miracles says, is not fantasy a better word for such a process? And hallucination is a more appropriate term for the result. If you're just seeing things the way you've made it up, if you're just seeing things in terms of the meanings that you're giving things, then really that's just a fantasy. A fantasy is just something that I'm making up, and then I'm dealing with it as if it's real. So the Course in Miracles is saying to us that what you're seeing as your external world is just a representation of your own thoughts of anger, fear, and guilt and separation. So it looks like the world is full of attack and anger and guilt and separation. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but the Course in Miracles defines an attack thought as not just the thought of attacking somebody or being angry at somebody. An attack thought is also the thought of that you could be attacked. And an attack thought is the thought that you can be hurt by somebody. And an attack thought is also your thought that somebody else is angry at you. So an attack thought isn't just I'm going to go out here and attack somebody. An attack thought is also the thought that somebody's going to hurt me. Somebody's going to attack me. So an attack thought is a thought of being attacked as well as a thought of attacking. So that's why it says the cause of the world that we see is coming from our own thoughts of anger, guilt, and grievances and attack. So if what you're looking at on the outer is a reflection of what's going on within your own inner mind, and you might not be aware that you have those thoughts. You may not be aware that you have those angry thoughts, those attack thoughts. But if you're seeing it, it's in your mind. So I'm going to say, what could I say as another rule that the Course in Miracles is giving us? What can I say as another rule that the Course in Miracles is giving us? You see the world that you have made. You see the world that you have made. You're looking at the perception that you have made. You're looking at the world that you have made. You're looking at the world that you have made. You are looking at the world, the perception of the world that you are making. You're looking at the perception of the world that you are making. But you don't see yourself as the image maker. You don't see yourself. You don't see yourself as the one who's looking at a world of perception that they've made. So the Course in Miracles is saying to you, let me tell you that you are seeing the world that you've made. You're seeing the perception of your relationship that you've made. You're seeing your perception that you have made. You see the world that you have made, but you don't see yourself as the image maker. You may not see yourself as the one that's making the perception that you see, but you are the image maker. You are the image maker. The images that you're looking at, you are the one that's making those images. And do you realize that there are only two kinds of perceptions that we have? We either have perceptions that are rooted and based in love, or we have perceptions that are rooted and based in fear. We have perceptions that are rooted or based in oneness, or we have perceptions that are rooted and based in separation. So what is it that I just said from A Course in Miracles? You see the world that you've made, but you don't see yourself as the image maker. Do you know that you cannot be saved from the world? You cannot be saved from the world. You cannot be saved from your perceptions. You cannot be saved from your perceptions, but you can escape the cause of your perceptions of fear. You can escape from the cause of that upset, the cause of that lack, the cause of that sickness. You can escape from the cause. You can escape from the cause of your unhappiness. You can escape from the thing and the thoughts that are causing your unhappiness. But you cannot be saved from your perceptions. But you can escape from the cause of the way that you see things. And that's what salvation means. That's what healing means, is that your salvation is you being able to change the thoughts you have and therefore automatically change the situation and your perception and the world that you are experiencing right now. So where is the world you see of fear, or where is the experience that you are having of fear and upset when the cause of it is gone? So we're learning how to get rid of the cause of our unhappiness. Do you know that you have to get rid of the thoughts that are causing the fear and the upset that you are having? Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see. There's a new way that you can see everything that you think you see now. There's another way of looking at this. There's another way of looking at the world. There's another way of looking at the world. There's another way of looking at your relationship. There's another way of looking at that relationship. There's another way of looking at your situation. There's another way of looking at your situation. Loveliness can light your image. You can be seeing and you can perceive a world that is totally and completely loving and lovely and happy and peaceful. Loveliness can light your images. Loveliness can transform what you are seeing so that you will love your perceptions and you will love the images that you are making. Even though originally your perceptions might have been made out of hate or fear or anger, you can have images of really lovely images. You can have really beautiful images. You can really see a wonderful perception of the world. And how do you allow yourself to see those perceptions that are lovely, the world that is lovely, the world that is safe? Well, the images, the perceptions that are full of joy and give you safety and give you happiness, these will be perceptions that you're not making by yourself. Whenever you try to go to complete joy and happiness from a sense of being separate and alone and not joined and not connected, you just make yourself afraid. So there's going to be a new thought that's about to be introduced to you. I'm about to give you a new thought. Are you ready? Here's the new thought. The idea for today, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. That idea introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world you see. You're not trapped in that situation. You're not trapped in that situation. You're not trapped in that situation that's causing you to feel afraid. You're not trapped in that situation that's causing you to feel afraid. You're not trapped in that situation. You are not trapped in that circumstance that's causing you to feel afraid. You are not trapped. You are not trapped. You are not trapped in the world you see. Why is it that you are not trapped in the fear? Why is it you're not trapped in the world of fear or the situation of fear? You're not trapped because the cause of it can be changed. Because you can change the cause, you're not really trapped in any situation you're in. So what does the change require? I'm going to give you the steps. My classes are about repetition, remembering, and the application of the ideas so that you can get the result. So what does the change require? The change requires first that you identify the cause of what you are seeing. First, you have to identify the cause of what you are seeing and what you are perceiving that's causing you upset. You have to do what? You have to identify the cause of your upset, and then you have to let that cause go so that that cause can be replaced by another cause that will cause the loveliness and the peace and the joy that you want to look at and that you want to experience. So the first two steps in this process, what's the first two steps? The first two steps is, number one, you have to identify what's causing your pain, what's causing your fear, what's causing your upset. And then once you identify what's causing the fear, what's causing the upset, then you have to let the cause of it go. First, you find out what's causing your upset, and then you have to let it go so that it can be replaced with what you really want. So if I am feeling fear and upset and worry and concern and apprehension, that's coming from my own thoughts. And so therefore I need to identify that it's coming from my own thoughts of attack, my own thoughts of fear. And then I have to let those thoughts go so that they can be replaced with the thoughts that will bring me the joy and the happiness and the peace and the fun and the healing that I want. So what requires your cooperation? The thing that requires your cooperation is for you to be willing to identify the real cause of the world that you see or the fear that you see or the upset. And you have to cooperate if you're going to let your old way of thinking about things and looking at things go. But the third step, which is your fearful thoughts being replaced by loving thoughts, that is not something you have to worry about. That's going to happen automatically. Do you know that your images have already been replaced? Do you know that your perceptions and the way that you look at things that has caused you fear, that has caused you worry, or that has caused you upset, that those attack thoughts, you may not realize it, but they've already been replaced. You may not understand this, but the thoughts that cause you pain have really already been replaced. The thoughts that cause you lack or sickness or unhappiness or upset, you might not understand it right now, but those thoughts have already been replaced. So you need to use this idea, I can escape from the world I see, by giving up attack thoughts. You have to use that throughout the day. I can get rid of this fear that I'm going through, this perception that's causing me worry or upset right now, by giving up my thoughts of attack, by giving up my thoughts of fear, by giving up my thoughts of judgment, by giving up my ego thoughts, by letting go of the thought that I'm separate from God, that I'm separate from love, by giving up those thoughts that the world has taught me. By giving up those thoughts, I can escape from this situation that's making me afraid or making me upset. So you want to give yourself at least 5 practice periods where you use this idea. So look around you right now. Look around you. Wherever you are right now, just take a look around you. Take a look around you right now. Take a look around you. Take a look. What? Take a look around you right now. And what is it that you need to do while you're looking around? While you're looking around, repeat the idea slowly to yourself. Close your eyes if you're able to do it, and then close your eyes after you looked around. First you look around and you go, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I can escape from the world I see by giving up my thoughts of attack. I can escape from the world of fear that I see by giving up my thoughts of attack. I can escape from the world of fear that I see by giving up attack thoughts. Then close your eyes. And what do you do when you close your eyes? You search your mind. What do you search your mind for when you close your eyes? Search your mind. Search your mind for as many of your ego thoughts, your attack thoughts, your thoughts of fear, your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of worry, your thoughts of depression, all the things that you might think about that worry you or frighten you or upset you. Search your mind for those thoughts, which should be pretty easy. And as each thought that you have that causes you upset crosses your mind, as every negative, fearful thought crosses your mind, as every thought that upsets you crosses your mind, you say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about this. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts, thoughts of attack, thoughts of fear about this. I can escape from this perception I see by giving up attack thoughts. I can escape from this perception that I see by giving up, letting go of my thoughts of anger and my thoughts of guilt and my thoughts of grievances. I can escape from the world I see by giving up these thoughts. So when you're searching your mind for the thoughts of fear and anger that come up or upset that come up, as each one of those thoughts come up, as each one of those thoughts that cause you fear and upset come up, say, I can escape from this by giving up my thoughts of attack about this situation or that situation. So what do you want to do? You want to hold in each one of your thoughts of attack and thoughts of anger and thoughts of upset. You want to hold that thought in your mind as you say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about them. If it's a person, you go, I can escape from the fear, from the world of fear and upset that I see by giving up my thoughts of attack and thoughts of fear about this person. You can put it in your own words. And then you dismiss that thought. When you have that thought that you're upset about, as soon as you have a thought that upsets you, say, I can escape from this by giving up my attack thoughts about this. I can escape from this by giving up my thoughts of attack about this. I can escape this by giving up my thoughts of anger and worry about this. I can escape this by giving up my attack thoughts about this. And you know what I'm talking about. And then you go on to the next thought that comes up that it upsets you. So you want to be sure. What is it you want to be sure to include? You want to include your thoughts of attacking, and you want to include your thoughts of being attacked. So if you have any thoughts that you want to go off on somebody and you're angry at somebody and you want to express that anger, then you go, I can escape from the world of fear I see by giving up my attack thoughts about this person or about this situation. Because your thoughts of attacking and your thoughts of being attacked, their effects are exactly the same. Because these thoughts are exactly the same. A thought of attacking someone is exactly the same as the thought of being attacked by someone. They are both attack thoughts. They're both attack thoughts. And attack thoughts will be projected, and it will look like you're in a world or an experience or a perception of anger and attack. If you're in a world that seems like it's full of anger and attack and upset, then know that's coming from your own attack thoughts, your own anger thoughts, your own thoughts of fear. Now, you don't recognize this yet. If you already knew this, if you really already knew this, you would already have total peace and total joy, and all you would be seeing is images of love and images of peace in your sight right now, right? So you're being asked to treat your thoughts of being hurt and your thoughts of hurting someone with your anger or upset. You are being asked to treat these thoughts as if they're exactly the same. Because do you know that we're at the stage of identifying the cause? We're at the stage of identifying the cause of the world you see. We're at the stage of identifying the cause of the anger that you see, or the lack that you see, or the sickness that you see, or the jealousy that you see. We're just at the stage of identifying the cause of it. And it's being caused by your own ego thoughts, your own attack thoughts, your own thoughts of separation, your own thoughts of fear. That's what's causing the world that you're looking at right now. So when you finally learn, what's the main thing you need to learn? You need to learn that your thoughts of anger, your thoughts of attack, your thoughts of jealousy, your thoughts of sickness, your thoughts of lack, and your thoughts of getting sick or getting hurt or getting attacked, these thoughts are not different. Okay, so you might see yourself as this really sweet, lovely person who would never hurt anyone, but you're walking around afraid that someone might hurt you or that someone might attack you. That's still a thought of attack. And thoughts of attack produce a world where you perceive attack and anger and separation all around you. Like people are wondering why they see so much in the world that looks dangerous. It's because they don't know it's a reflection of their own fear and their own thoughts of separation and their own thoughts of anger and their own thoughts of grievance. So when you recognize that your thoughts of attack and your thoughts of being attacked are not different, then you'll be ready to let all those thoughts of anger and attack go. So you can escape from the pain and the fear and the anger and the upset and the lack that you see by giving up your attack thoughts. So I'm going to give a quick review in just a minute, and I'm also going to help you reinforce this new idea so that you can have your thoughts of fear replaced with love, and your thoughts of lack replaced with abundance, and your thoughts of sickness replaced with health, and your thoughts of limitation be replaced with freedom. You know, you're ready for the thoughts that come from the love in you, the joy in you, the peace in you, the happiness in you, so that you will be perceiving a world that it reflects that. So we're going to go back and do a quick recap. I'm Earl Purdy. I'm a full-time teacher of A Course in Miracles. If you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation which I would totally appreciate as a full-time teacher, then you can use Venmo, the Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. And all you need is my email address, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. I'm also available for one-on-one personal sessions called clarity sessions. If you would like to work with me one-on-one so that I can bring my 40 years of working with the course and working with the truth into your situation, into your circumstance, then have a clarity session with me. Go to my website and you can get all the details about my clarity sessions. And if you are interested in another way of being helped and guided, I'm also a soul purpose, higher consciousness, prosperity astrologer and numerologist. And so if you'd like for me to do an interpretation of your astrological, numerological chart, for the same reason, Spirit speaks to us through everything, not just the Course in Miracles, but through everything. The Course in Miracles teaches that Holy Spirit uses everything that we made as a tool, every skill that we have as a tool for awakening. So I'm also available for that. And you can self-book an appointment with me right from my website, which is www.earlpurdy.com. Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. I do another Facebook Course in Miracles class, Facebook Live doing the Course in Miracles. On Sunday, if you're in Denver, Colorado, and in the Denver, Colorado area, you can attend my Sunday presentation in person at 1555 Race Street, 1555 Race Street in Denver, Colorado, 80206, or you can watch it online. Thursdays, we do Hardcore Course in Miracles, which is what we're doing right now, 7 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, and it's just online. I'll upload all of my classes to YouTube, so you can also watch all my classes on YouTube. I love you. I appreciate you. You're a total blessing in my life, and I want you to know that. So let's take a breath, and let's do a quick recap of what we've just heard. Thank you for coming and watching live and interacting with each other. I also read all your comments. So here we go. So you can escape from the world of fear you see. How can you escape from the fear that you see? How can you escape from the things that's causing you worry and causing you upset? First of all, I'm going to give you, according to the Course, the only way this is going to ever work. Because every thought you have is making up some segment of the world that you're looking at. Everything that you're looking at is coming from your own mind, your own thought. So you have to work with your thoughts. We have to work with your thoughts. If your perception is going to change, what do we need to work with? We've got to work with your thoughts. So the first thing that you have to realize is that if your ego thoughts, your fear thoughts, your anger thoughts, your upset thoughts, if that's what's causing the world and the perception and the experience that you're having, then the first thing you need to do is recognize you don't want those thoughts. You don't want those thoughts of attack. There's no point in lamenting the world. Oh, the world and what's going on in the world. There's no point in lamenting the world. There's no point in trying to change the world. There is no point in trying to change the world, because the world is just a result of the way that we're thinking. So we need to change the way that we're thinking. There is a point in changing your thoughts about your relationship, your thoughts about the world, your thoughts about your job, your thoughts about your perception. Because if you change your thoughts, then you're changing the cause. And when you change the cause, the effect will automatically change. Your world will automatically change once you change your thoughts. Your perceptions of everything that you're seeing outside is a representation of your own thoughts. Your own thoughts. And if you're just seeing your own thoughts and the thoughts that you're making up about everything and everybody, isn't that fantasy? If you just make it, if you're the one that's giving everything all the meaning and then reacting to the meaning that you're giving, then that's really you acting from a fantasy, from what you believe. It might not even be true. So you're looking at the world and the experience and the relationship and the situation that you've made, but you might not see yourself as the maker. You might not see yourself as the image maker. You can't be saved from the world. Do you know you can't be saved from the world, but you can escape what's causing the world and the experience that you're having? So there's a way of seeing things that is a way of seeing things that would allow all kinds of loveliness to light up what you see. Everything that you're looking at that may be making you upset, that's coming from your own mind, do you know it can be transformed so that you are loving what you're looking at instead of fearing and hating what you're looking at and experiencing? Because you're not doing this alone. You're not doing this alone. You have Holy Spirit with you. You have higher power with you. You are not going to do this alone. You don't have to try to make that transformation by yourself. You are not trapped. You are not trapped in this situation. You're not trapped in this circumstance. You're not trapped in the world of fear. You're not trapped in that relationship that you see, because you can change the cause of it. You can change the cause of it. So what does that require? First, you have to identify what's causing what you're going through. And what's causing what you're going through is the thought in your own mind, the beliefs that you have. And you have to be willing to let those thoughts and those beliefs go. And when you do that, Spirit is going to automatically replace those thoughts with thoughts that give you love and joy and safety and happiness and peace. The truth is, your negative images have already been replaced. You don't recognize it yet, but everything that's causing you any fear and pain, any beliefs that are causing you fear and pain, any thoughts that are causing you unhappiness, those images have already been replaced. So if you will be willing to take responsibility for your thinking, take responsibility in the sense of recognizing that what you are seeing, this outside world that you're seeing, is a projection from the mind, a projection from your mind, and you're willing to let go of those thoughts that cause you fear, those attack thoughts, those thoughts of attack, then you will see that fearful image or that fearful situation or that fearful perception of the world. You will see it automatically changed, automatically replaced to love. So all through the day, as you look around you, tell yourself, I can escape from the world I see by giving up thoughts of attack. And every time you have any negative, fearful, angry thoughts come up, when you have those thoughts come up that upset you in any way, tell yourself, I can escape from the world I see by giving up this attack thought, this thought about this situation. I can escape by giving up my thoughts of anger, my thoughts of attack about this situation, and then just dismiss it. Also include your thoughts of attacking and your thoughts of being attacked, because your thoughts of attacking and your thoughts of being attacked are exactly the same. They are attack thoughts. They are fear thoughts. They are separation thoughts. So that's us identifying the cause of the perceptions that you have. We are identifying the cause of the world that you see. So when will you be ready to let go of these thoughts of anger and guilt and grievances and fear and attack? What will make you ready to finally just let all that stuff go? What will allow you to be ready to let go of all those thoughts of attack is when you realize thoughts of attack and thoughts of being attacked are not different. Thoughts of attack and thoughts of being attacked are not different. Thoughts of fear, thoughts of having fear and someone being afraid of you are not different. Thoughts of being hurt and thoughts of hurting others in anger or attack, those are the same thoughts. So when you recognize they are the same thoughts, that thoughts of attack and thoughts of being attacked are not different, you'll be ready to let those thoughts go. You can't change the world, but you can change your thoughts about it. You can't change another person, but you can change your thoughts about them. And there are lovely, powerful, beautiful images, beautiful perceptions that Spirit wants to replace your ego thoughts with, your thoughts of anger and guilt and grievances and fear. Those thoughts can be completely transformed so that you are perceiving a world of loveliness, a world of peace, a world of joy. And that's what's going to happen when you start to tell yourself, whenever you're thinking something that's fearful, angry, or upsetting, when you say to yourself, I can escape from the world I see. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about them. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts and thoughts of attack and anger about this. I can escape this by giving up my thoughts about this. I can escape this by giving up my fearful thoughts about this. I can escape that by giving up my angry thoughts about that. That's how you allow your perception of the world to totally be changed. And that's the truth, mighty companions. That is the truth. So listen to this. Watch this class at least 4 times, because we have to listen to it over and over again in order to accept our new beliefs. Because you deserve miracles. You deserve happiness. You deserve to perceive and experience a world that's full of happiness and joy and abundance and peace for you. You are not a victim of the world you see. You are not a victim of the world you see. And you can escape the world of fear by giving up thoughts of attack and thoughts of being attacked. Mighty companion, I appreciate you. Thank you for remembering together and remembering with me. You are a blessing. Share this video. Follow my classes. Follow my live videos. Subscribe to my live videos. And share my videos. Would you do that for me? Share my videos. Because the more people that realize that they have to change their own thinking in order to have the peace and the joy and the happiness that they want, and they're given practical ways to do that, just like the Course in Miracles did for us right now, then we can't lose. Mighty companions, may the Course be with you. This is Earl Purdy, signing off.